We begin from Tema, where the Regional Police Command has debunked reports it has received a letter from a group led by suspected robbery gang leader Al-Hassan Adams, also known as Dogo America. In the purported letter, the members warned the police to expect a response in equal measure after they gunned down a member of the group a week ago, following the shooting of a police officer there. Constable Michael Poi of the Tema Regional Rapid Deployment Force was shot whilst preparing for patrol duty Monday night. Tema correspondent Kwame Yanka reports.
It was rumored that contained in the supposed warning letter, police personnel will fall one after the other until the robbery gang was satisfied. This has obviously raised the alertness level of the command. However, Tema Regional Police Commander DCOP Jotufor, in a response Wednesday, said the command is not aware of any such letter. According to him, gunning down Dogo America on Tuesday had nothing to do with the said letter. He says the death of Dogo America takes the battle between robbers and the police a notch higher, sending a clear message to the robbers' camp and other underground syndicates yet to be identified. DCOP Jotufor says the command is doing everything possible to prevent maiming or killing of any officer after the death of Constable Michael Poi.
A letter from anywhere. We had intelligence on the ground with respect to what they intend doing to the police because of the reason that one of their members had been killed in a shootout. Actually, we'll be on our guide and we have taken precautions and measures to protect our own, as the police. Well, we can assure you that this thing will never recur. We can, unless of course, maybe out of negligence of the police officer. Whilst on duty, I think we are taking further measures to safeguard the members of the service.
According to DCOP Jotufor, the command is aware of stockpiling of arms by some criminals, but strategies are in place to wipe them out.
Nothing to do with we did this prior to the shooting of the policeman, and it was not connected with the soup. It has been a ritual of the police to be doing soup anytime it deems fit. Arms within the Tema region, that is Tema Metropolis, Ashaman, Afinya, Pram areas. We are aware of the stockpiling of this cache of arms, and many are being used by the land guards to protect the property of people.
The command is intensifying its day and night patrols in a bid to protect residents within Tema region. Kwame Yanka's report for Joy News.
Now, 2 police officers and 1 resident of Savelugu in the northern region have been severely injured after irate MPP youth of the area violently locked up the assembly office. The MPP youth have been pushing for the revocation of the appointment of the municipal chief executive, Hajia Aishetu Seidu. Thursday's violence follows another demonstration on Tuesday. Hashmi Mohammed's report.
It's been more than a month since the MCE for Savelugu, Hajia Aishetu, was given an overwhelming endorsement by assembly members of the municipality. But she's yet to have access to her office to perform official duties. This is because some youth of the area, identified as NPP supporters, have consistently denied her access to her office. Wednesday, the Regional Security Council provided security protection to escort her to her office. However, on Thursday morning, the angry MPP youth mobilized themselves and stormed the assembly complex to lock up the office of the municipal chief executive. Armed military and police reinforcement teams were called in to disperse the crowd, but that had to come with the firing of empty rounds of ammunition and tear gas. The youth, in return, pelted the officers with stones, resulting in the injury of 2 police officers and other residents. The protesters tell Joy News they will not allow the MCE to occupy the office.
Obanu Ajano Yenimu, Ya Brewonesu, Yanam Krasi, Anajo Anapa, a Comudie, Yenimu.
We don't know Aisha. We have never seen her in this community. And so we are calling on Nanado to revoke her nomination. So we'll lock the office until she's removed.
Well, as you heard, the leaders of the rampaging youth of the MPP youth in Savelugu have resolved to keep the MC for the area from accessing her office to assume duty. The group, which defied police presence to lock up offices of the Municipal Assembly, accuses the police of indiscriminate shooting and described their action as a retaliation. One of the leaders, Dauda Abdullahi, who also accuses the MC of bribing assembly members who confirmed her appointment, says they would have acted in a different manner had the police engaged them without force. Abdullahi Dauda explains their act is in protest of the MC's appointment and will continue without fear. He was speaking on the Pulse with Gifty Andwapia.
What happened is that this morning, around 9 o'clock, we went to assembly. To tell them that after now, we are so happy about the woman. So we're there when the Sabu Municipal Commander, the police called our family to bring security. We're standing there, when they arrive with the car, when they get there, they say, action. And when they say action, they started shooting guns and here and there.
Okay.
So we close to them. They were shooting until all the bullets had finished. So when we went there for the first time, there was action about the police. The police were there. So that's the shooter. We said, don't shoot. I said they will shoot. I said they will shoot. So there, that was the plan, right? So when we look at the assembly. If they come to Mr. Law and Edward, they should come and say, hey, please come here. Listen, listen, and go. We listen and go. Because we're human. But when they come and lie, sit down, and they're shooting people with guns. That's not the best way. We're living in democracy. The assembly were black. They were black with killing thousands. And they were forced by the military again.
What evidence? That is a serious accusation you're making there. What evidence do you have to back it?
What happened is that...
What is the evidence that they were bribed?
We have the evidence. I have the evidence. I have the evidence. I have a tape record. I have a tape recorder. I have a tape recorder.
Some of your members were injured today. Do you think it is worth it?
But it's very nice that they were able to do the party. We like that. But we have to put the party. If the people leaders are in Accra and the people are getting injured, it's very nice for them. 2020 will come.
So you are happy that your members were injured because of this, so that the party will take action?
Yeah, we're happy because what happened is that we were happy because 4 years time is coming. 4 years back is coming. They will see. 4 years coming back. They will see before them. We will continue to demonstrate. Even 4 years we continue to demonstrate. We will never go back. We will never go back until they also listen to us.
Like I said, you are not afraid that the police will arrest you for being engaged in lawlessness?
I'm a party member. They can't arrest me. Do what about me?
They can't arrest you because you're a party member?
What am I done? I've done nothing.
Let's stay on this a while longer because Interior Minister Ambrose Derry says his office will work closely with the IGP to bring lasting peace to Savelugu in the northern region, where agitated youth, as you saw there, stormed the assembly Thursday to lock up the MC's office. Mr. Ambrose Derry also told JoyNews the administration would not shirk its responsibility when it comes to providing security to end the seeming insecurity across the country.
There's a need for us to invest into security, both at the public level and at the private level. And I'm sure that you see in the days and weeks and months coming that you see a commitment on our side.
No, but shouldn't we be proactive? Today in Savelugu in the northern region, we had some armed NPP youth storm the assembly. Compare that to what has happened with the Delta Force in Kumasi when they pulled out the regional coordinator. All of this seeming insecurity is still going on, even when the president came out to assure the nation that we're going to have some peace. Are we really going to have some, order?
Let me assure you that we have condemned all illegality, all violence, all illegal activity of people, regardless of whether they are party people or not. And what is the example? We've got now 13 of our own people before the court. They've already been fined for They attempted escape from justice. They have been fined. We didn't leave them. They are still there now. In the case of the gruesome murder of the major, we had a video covering the activity. We saw who carried the block. We saw who held the stick. And we dealt with it. We have arrested the people. We are working fast towards the prosecution. Zavulugu, you're talking of Zavulugu. This is not the first time. Earlier on, they had misbehaved and people were arrested and put before court. They're on bail and that was ongoing. If they have done this, we have to get them out of that place and let them know. But yes, there's a RESEC, and the RESEC would have to do that. I'm going to call the IGP and find out what the progress is. But we are not going to shake our responsibility because they are MPP or not MPP. No, we're not going to do so. Because if there's lawlessness, it's we who fail to put the country together.
And information reaching Joy News indicates that the Northern Regional Minister has been meeting security chiefs there over the violence in Savulugu. We will be bringing you updates as and when we get them. Let's stay a while longer on issues of security because the East Legon police have started investigations into suspected assassination attempt on former managing director of the State Housing Company Limited, Dr. Mark Ni Akwe Ankra. Narrating events leading to the terrifying incident at his Trasacco residence, Dr. Ankra said the intruders had access to his bedroom after breaking his burglar-proof around 4 Tuesday morning. He says the intruder, after picking his phone, made a second attempt to kill him in his bedroom, but he raised an alarm. The former MD says the alleged assailants made away with 3 phones containing sensitive information about some fraudulent transactions at the State Housing Company Limited. Joy News' Maxwell Agbaba has more.
The residence of Dr. Mark Ankra, the former managing director of the State Housing Company Limited. We're here on his compound and we are told that the intruder who accessed his living room and the bedroom actually used this exit point. So this is where they exited after getting inside and having access to the room. Now if you come to Trasacco, it's a security, I mean, it's a high security place. It's really protected. I mean, at the main gate, there's a main gate, it's a gated community with a lot of security men, you know, at the entrance of the gate itself. It's shocking how this intruder actually, you know, had access to the room of Dr. Ankra. I'll quickly show you how the intruder was able to access the room. Now, if you come here, this window actually has a burglar-proof, but it has been partially destroyed. I would have opened it for you to see that. Police forensic experts are still carrying out their investigations. We don't want to be implicated in this, so we are not going to touch it. But you can see that the burglar-proof itself has been partially destroyed, and we are told that the intruder had access to the room using this entry.
2 days ago, I was awoken by an unusual noise on my door, my bedroom door. And upon further observation, I realized there was a shadow behind the door. And so I raised my head and I saw this shadow trying to hide behind the door. And then I got up. That was when I realized that the person actually was holding my bedroom door, trying to push his way in. Unfortunately for him, one of the tiles is defective right there, so he couldn't get a smooth push on the door, so it got stuck. So then I realized that this person had a mask on his face and he was wearing the black gloves, and so I screamed at him. My laptop was there, my wife's laptop was there, the children's iPad was also there with some money, and this individual didn't take any of those. And then it dawned on me that the person came to this house purposely to get the phones. My concern now was, why did he come back? He came back purposely to come and kill me. I have no doubt about it, because he didn't touch anything. My wife confirmed that she heard noises downstairs, as if somebody was talking to someone, but and also a noise from the window. I knew he was coming to the bedroom for the second time, which was when I actually woke up.
So, why would anybody want to take away your life? Why would anybody want to kill you?
Why wouldn't anybody want to kill me if I'm holding information that suggests that very high-profile transactions at Labone are actually fraudulent and criminal? Why would they want to eliminate me?
What kind of transactions are we talking about here?
We're talking about state housing transactions at Laboni, where my signature has been forged. The documents have been backdated. What we saw 2 days ago was an attempt to bury the truth. So as a Ghanaian, I don't want to be killed. I want to be tried fairly. And I want to be given the right sentence if I'm guilty. But I shouldn't be killed this way. If they kill Mark Ankra, they bury this truth.
You're watching Joy News Prime. Still to come, minority in parliament insists more than 16,000 youth deleted from YEA payroll for being ghosts are real workers. We'll hear a response from the YEA after the break. You're welcome back. Now, the minority in parliament is insisting more than 16,000 youth who have been deleted from the Youth Employment Agency payroll for being ghosts are real workers. They describe their dismissal as illegal and have challenged Chief Executive of YEA, Justin Kodia, to publish the full list of dismissed workers for proper verification. At a news conference in Parliament House Thursday, Ranking Member on Parliament's Youth and Sports Committee, Kobna Woyome, says they will drag the Ministers for Finance and Employment before Parliament to respond to questions over the issue.
Absolutely, it appears the sidestepping of the law. The laws are not being applied properly. And so we want the Secretary Minister to apprise us what is really happening under him. To get, because according to the law, what's really going on? What are the plans or the policies they want to implement so far as that is concerned? The public must know. So probably on that day we'll get to know the agenda behind this movement, or the agenda behind, or the plans, or whatever it is. It's so important.
And the deletion of names.
I mean, there may be follow-up questions to that effect. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the question have been, the questions have been filed already. You say?
Yes, I did. I filed them 2 days ago. There are 3 because we also want to know whether the Ghana interbank payment and settlement system could be fraud in any way. We want to know so that Ghanaians will know and be sure whether that system that we are all praying to be part of, and so that Ghana can operate a cashless system one day to come. If they are being told that the two or 3 more people can be using the same usage number, then we are in trouble.
So all these questions are directed at the employment.
We want to know. No, it may not, that one may not necessarily but to the finance ministry.
Okay,
yeah.
So the employment minister, finance minister would also.
Of course, they may have to give us some elucidation on this. Okay. They must educate the general public, because these are questions that will help all of us to make up our decisions as to whether we are safe on those platforms or not.
My final clarification would be so that you describe what is happening in terms of the movements and all of that as illegal, virtually a breach of the act that backs the YEA. Someone should be sanctioned over this.
That is why I'm saying that we will want the Secretary Minister to come and answer certain questions, because we know the system. I mean, the entity is governed by law this time and rules. Okay, and if we think there's some infraction, okay, something is not going well. You want to move, I mean, and it should even beat your imagination for an institution young as that, be transferring over 400 employees within a short space of time. It is something that is mind-boggling. I mean, I can't understand.
Meanwhile, Ranking Member on Parliament's Employment Committee, Dr. Kwabena Donko, says they may be forced to resort to the court if the illegal dismissals and transfers at YEA continues.
If you take the Youth Employment Agency Act 887, it professionalizes the agency and bringing it under Public Services Commission. And therefore, any changes that any administration want to make to the Youth Employment Agency and its practices must come through a law, through an amendment. But if we just get up and then ask professionally recruited staff who are public servants to proceed on leave and replace them with contract employees, not even with other professional staff from the organization, replace them with contract employees who happen to be MPP youth organizers, across the country.
And you have evidence to back that?
We have evidence. It's a very dangerous act. And for the security of this nation, that must be stopped.
And then this is obviously in contravention of a law that Parliament has passed.
Precisely, Act 887.
So the Chief Executive and his management are committing an illegality.
In the first place, even there is no board. And the board is responsible for policy under 887. There's no board in place. So the chief executive has also arrogated to himself the powers of a board, which in itself is also ultra-virus.
So what should happen to a chief executive who is acting contrary to laws passed by Parliament, from your perspective?
His supervising minister should call his attention and call him to order.
Just that? Shouldn't this warrant more severe actions from Parliament?
Well, for us as a minority, we will watch further developments, and if we have to go to court, we will.
Okay, to demand what exactly?
If we have to enforce the law.
Well, authorities of the Youth Employment Agency are, however, challenging the minority's claim that over 16,000 names have been classified as ghost names and expunged from the agency's payroll. Acting Deputy CEO Bashir Ibrahim says offices have been set up across the country for employees to validate their details on its payroll. The move forms part of investigations into irregularities detected on the YEA's payroll. Speaking on The Pulse with Gifty Ando Apia, Mr. Ibrahim said the minority has jumped the gun on the matter.
There is no way in our press statement that we declared anybody or a group of people as ghosts. We decided as management that there was a need for us to check our payroll. What did we do? We embarked on two major activities. The first one was to commission the internal audit agency to conduct an audit into the payroll and the activities of YE. I'm saying that there are categories. After the exercise, we categorize it into about four thematic areas. There were people who were working without appointment letters and yet were receiving salaries. There were people who were receiving salaries without appointment letters. There were people who actually did not even surface. They did not appear at all for the head count. And I'm sure the minority probably are referring to those people as ghosts. If you listen to the CEO, he was very emphatic, very clear that after the exercise, for those who did not appear at all, yes, you could qualify them as ghosts or non-existent beneficiaries. We did not, and let me emphasize the word, we did not proceed to delete their names. What we did was that we announced that we're giving ourselves 1 month, 30 days, within which we expect those people to appear with their documents to prove that they are beneficiaries and that they were working. If after 1 month we don't get that correspondence from them, we will proceed to delete their names. And at that point, we cannot describe them as ghosts. So I don't know where they are getting that figure from. I understand they said 16,000 ghost names.
16,000, yes.
16,000 ghost names. I don't know where the minority got those figures from. We give ourselves up to the end of this month. They have jumped the gun already, and I don't know where they are going. And if they are not careful, they will rather land somewhere. Because the truth of the matter is that we only classify them as non-existent beneficiaries, and we have given ourselves a time period for people to come and validate.
You're still watching Joy News Prime, and Black Stars captain Asamoah Gyan is on Joy FM Personality Profile program with host Lexis Bill. Let's join him live. We'll come straight to business afterwards.
You don't see Asamoah flaunting his wife and his kids or anything. Is that a deliberate plan for you? What exactly is it?
I don't like it. I don't like to put my family out there. And my wife doesn't also like it. She doesn't like that. You understand? Yeah. So
is there some form of pressure with doing that?
No.
Is there?
For me, I don't like it. I don't like to do it, and she also doesn't want it.
Okay.
You know, even sometimes, I even took her to a nightclub once, and then she went to sleep. So she doesn't like going out there to show herself.
Well, just for this moment, tell us about your wife. Celebrate her. Let's celebrate her with you. We know you don't want to flaunt her. Understood. But tell us about her. Who's she? What's her name? I have no idea who she is.
She's Gifty. She's Gifty Owari.
Okay. And how many kids do you have?
3.
How long have you guys been married?
We've been together since 2003.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's about 14 years.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
He's been with you through the thick and thin.
Through this national team.
Yeah.
That's how I met her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I met her when we were in camp.
Where?
Wangara Hotel.
Okay.
That was how I met her.
Play that moment for me.
No, I don't want to talk about it. But
I just want to know. You saw her there, and then what? You approached her, sister, or you started dancing for her or something.
Yeah, because that time she wasn't even sociable. She doesn't even laugh.
Okay.
You know, but according to her friends, the first time she saw me, that was when she started laughing. Then they understood.
Hey,
you understand? She's somebody who she's not that sociable.
Okay.
You know, but I changed her. Now she laughs, and that is why she doesn't like to be out there.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Talk to her. Yeah. Yeah, talk to her. Yeah.
Why should I talk to her? She's not here, so
no, she's listening. Let's assume she's listening. I want you to say anything you want to say to her.
I don't want to fake.
You don't want to what?
I'm faking.
You're faking what?
Because she's not here. If she's here, I'll talk to her.
Oh, no. Let's assume she's listening at home.
I'm not assuming.
Why? Asama, you're not romantic?
I am, but I'm very real. Like, when she's here and you tell me to speak to her, I'll talk to her.
So if she's on the phone, let's assume she's on the phone. I beg, give her phone. Give her phone. Put on your ear, assume she's there, and just say something to her.
We are faking. We are faking, and I don't fake.
Tell me, what's the most romantic thing you've done for her?
Romantic thing. Romantic, there are a lot of romantic ways. Okay, wait.
That's why you're romantic.
If I kiss my wife, is that not romantic?
That's romantic.
It's not romantic.
See, I guess no. Kiss is what?
Kiss is what? So you don't like kiss?
It's a greeting.
You want me to buy a car, and then you say, "Oh, you're romantic."
Why you've not bought it?
Oh, I will that one day. She's my wife.
There you go.
Wait a moment.
Welcome back to JoyNews Prime. It's time for business. Just gone by was that interview with Black Stars captain Asamoah Gyan. But Emmanuel Abuajiri joins me in the studio now, and you had the softer side of Asamoah Gyan.
I mean,
I never knew he was there.
Baby Jet is very interesting, you know.
Very interesting. He seems like a romantic person, quite shy too.
But he's real, like he said. He just wants to be real, so he doesn't want to fake things or just imagine things and do things.
I'm sure our sports team will be bringing you more on that. But what's in business now?
Well, in business, the Public Interest Accountability Committee, that's PIAC, is making a case for the GNPC to go for insurance for its, productive activities, so that in case of halt of production or halt in production, it will be covered, or it will make up for the losses in revenue.
All right, take it away.
Thank you very much, and thanks for joining me on business. The Public Interest and Accountability Committee, PIAC, is making a case for the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, GNPC, to ensure its stakes in the various oil fields in the country. Now, loss of production insurance, the committee believes such a move should save the country of possible financial losses, especially during periods of oil production or during periods when oil production is suspended due to reasons such as challenges with the FPSO. He is vice chairman of the PIAC, Kwame Jantua, throwing more light on the rationale behind the directive.
Earlier, we have validation. And this particular issue came up in the last validation meeting we had. And GNPC, we have, pushed them, and we are talking to them to consider. I think it helps everybody. It doesn't only help GNPC, but it's good for our own fiscal policy in terms of how we handle our finances. So, and they listen. I must say, at our validation meeting, the top people in most of the stakeholders were there. And so those who are supposed to take a decision are the ones who come for these validation meetings. So they are listening. So I think it's a good thing. Okay. And it's expected that stakeholders, the media, will take it on and run with it till such time that we see a change in some of the issues that come up. So whatever recommendations have been brought up here, we will try as much as possible to highlight it in our next report and even deal with it.
Now, according to the 2016 report, government revenues from the Jubilee field received by GNPC declined by 30%. The company received $88.5 million, almost 40% of the entire receipts. Joe Winfield is the chairman of PIAC.
Oh, no, I'm not satisfied, but there's very little I can do about it, because we will just report on that and see how best we can use whatever is there to do the job. And if we can't finish that, then it means that we'll depend on donor agencies who have been helping. We are not supposed to insist on implementation of our recommendations. Our report goes to the public, it goes to the subcommittee of the ministry and the rest of it. And then they will have to interrogate the report and find out areas that they will have to address. But that is why the consultant said he believes that the media and the Ghanaian population should follow Occupy Ghana to push for implementation of the recommendations.
Are you, with your funds, which has been allocated to you, are you calling for increment, or you think you are okay with it?
You heard my comments. If we want to do what PIAC is supposed to do, it's going to cost you more than 10 times the cost that came out. But we don't have the resources.
Now, prices of petroleum products are to witness one of the significant declines in recent times from this weekend. The drop has been influenced by the continuous drop in crude oil prices on the international market and the cedi's stability. George Rafe has more.
Users of diesel engine vehicles will witness a 4% reduction, or a little over 2 pesos on each litre sold at the pumps. This means that a gallon could go for 16 Ghana cedis, 54 pesos. Petrol would rather go down by just a little over 1%, resulting in a gallon going for 16 Ghana cedis, 63 pesos. So, if you were buying 10 gallons of diesel every week, this might result in some 7 Ghana cedis savings. However, due to the current deregulation policy, not all the over 72 oil marketing companies might review prices by this projected margin. Managing Director of GOIL, Peter Akoli, had told Joy Business prices will go down as long as the Ghana cedi stabilizes.
Prices will remain stable because the cedi is relatively doing well now, and the plots don't indicate that prices will go up substantially. So we don't foresee any astronomical rise in the price of fuel products as well.
However, the continuous drop might not be good news for the state, as the decline will affect the projected revenue from crude exports and even taxes on each litre of petroleum products sold at the pumps. The development might affect projects the government was hoping to use petroleum taxes to finance, as outlined in the 2017 budget.
My government has hinted it will stick to the 6-month ban on small-scale mining in the country. The moratorium, which is part of measures to help end illegal mining across the country, has been opposed by some small-scale miners who claim it poses a threat to their businesses. But Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Benito Owusu-Bio, maintains the ban still stands. Speaking to Joy Business at the presentation on findings of final report on artisanal and small-scale gold mining at the Kempinski Hotel in Accra, the minister revealed government is also considering auditing all firms in the country.
Of course, we've said it. We said 6 months. And I would say we are almost 3 months there. We're left with 3 more months. Yes. Why we said 6 months was that we hope that by then we would be able to put in place the necessary measures that would then regulate the system, sanitize the system. We even need to reclaim the lands. After they've abandoned the pits, we need to reclaim them. We've gone round. Some of the pits that have been left open, we've had some scientists to also do some chemical analysis of the mercuric levels that we have there. Some of them is as high as 2%. And that is huge, and that's dangerous. So we need to do all this. This is not something that you quickly rush
Those small-scale miners are saying it's unfair.
Unfair? Please, please. When you have 2% mercuric level in your country, and somebody tells you that it's unfair.
For you to ban it for 6 whole months?
I said 6 months, and we've gone with 3 months. So why do you still want to push me to say something else? That is it. I am consistent with that. I am saying 6 months. And with the large scale, please, yes, some may be doing what is not right, but we need to make sure that we will check all of them as well, and we will do that. Look, the entire project, we keep on saying, is between 4 years to 5 years. Let's get our mind right on that. People have been doing this for more than 20 years, and you think you can use 6 months to just correct everything? Please. Let's not fool ourselves. Let's talk about what we can do. But let me tell you as it is. We said we are going to sanitize the system. First of all, we are going to stop them. We're almost there. We said we will sanitize the system. Sanitization, what we mean is that we're going to look at even auditing all mining firms.
The Ghana Agriculture Insurance Pool is impressing on government the need to ensure activities of the Planting for Food and Jobs initiative to sustain the program. Speaking to Joy Business, Managing Director for the pool, Guide, Alhaji Ali Mohammed Ketu, said ensuring the project will safeguard government's investments.
The Planting for Food and Jobs program is an initiative by the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. In the 2017 budget, government earmarked 560 million for its implementation, which is expected to create over 70,000 jobs. However, the managing director of the Ghana Agriculture Insurance Pool, GAIP, says the project will need to be covered by insurance to ensure sustainability.
One side which the government has to look at is agriculture insurance. We are in Ghana, we are under rain-fed agriculture. So give the farmer seeds, give them subsidized fertilizer, and if the crop fails, what do? Look at the Army 4 Army War invasion, go to BA, it's devastating. So if you have all this and there's no investment in insurance, that means the government has to come back next year with the same and go for another money to start again. Whereas if there's insurance, at least some part of this investment could be salvaged through compensation from the insurance company. So we are advocating the collaboration between the government and the insurance companies so that we provide agriculture insurance to support this laudable idea.
The Ghana Agriculture Insurance Pool is made up of 17 insurance companies operating under the Ghana Insurance Association. The pool provides agricultural insurance for farmers and financiers of agriculture in Ghana. The MD for the pool adds agric insurance is key to ensuring food security.
When you look at the AU's CADIP program and the Malabo Declaration, which the AU member states have signed, one of the commitments, Commitment 6, said we should build resilient systems to protect the income of farmers. One other commitment says the state should commit at least 10% of its spending on agriculture.
And that's all in business for tonight. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is Emmanuel Abuaji. Good evening.
You're welcome back. One of the 2 persons accused of murdering former Ebuakwa North MP Wednesday fled up in court, accusing state prosecutors of not allowing him to engage his lawyers. They suspect Daniel Asedu, together with Vincent Bosso, were 2 weeks ago discharged by an Accra High Court after the AG discontinued the case. They were later rearrested and put before an Accra District Court, where they are being charged with murder. Here's the News Desk report.
So the building behind me houses quite a number of district courts here in the capital. Now, I must say that as early as about 9 a.m. on Thursday, quite a number of journalists had gathered here presently waiting for the accused persons to be brought in for hearing to commence. They were brought in about 30 minutes past 9 a.m. When they were led into the courtroom by officers from the Ghana Police Service. The journalists attempted entering the courtroom, but unfortunately were prevented by an order coming from the magistrate hearing the matter. Arit Insemo prevented all journalists from entering the courtroom, numbering about 10 of them, I must say, are all gathered outside the courtroom and waited anxiously, not knowing what was transpiring within the presence of the court itself. But from relying on information picked up from those who were in the court for other business, we understand DSP George Amega, who is doing prosecution for the state, told the court they were yet to receive advice from the Office of the Attorney General, after which the judge adjourned the matter to be heard on June 29. So that is it as it stands. We also picking information, again, because we are not in the courtroom. Information we are picking from those who made it in is that one of the accused persons, Daniel Esiedu, told the magistrate that he had been denied access to his lawyer and that he had told the prosecutor he had wanted to speak to his lawyer, but he has not been allowed. The magistrate, we are again told, directed that his lawyer is contacted on his behalf and informed that the next court date is on June 29. So that is the situation here, and the hope of many journalists who made it today is that next time they'll be allowed into the courtroom. Reporting for JoyNews, Joseph Akable, Accra District Court.
There are mixed expectations in Parliament ahead of the vetting of Chief Justice nominee Sophia Ekufu. MPs generally expect her to sail through successfully, but some have concerns about the expected long-dragged process, which Chairman of the Appointments Committee, Joseph Oseiusu, says will last the whole day because the vetting team of more than 30 MPs will each have 20 minutes to ask questions.
Yes, we intend that this one will be different to the extent that she is the ultimate. Ministers are only assistants to the president. This one is the ultimate, and once she is confirmed, finished, unless you prove misconduct on her behalf, you can't touch her, and therefore we want to make sure that we explore her capabilities and let the public build confidence in her, expose her to the public, you know. So we have changed the program. We are allowing every member who wishes to ask a question 20 minutes. The 20 minutes, ask...
All the 26 members, everyone would have 20 minutes.
Yes, ask as many questions as you can in 20 minutes. If you don't want to ask any question, no big deal. But as many questions as you can in 20 minutes. We have also invited the chairman and ranking member of the Constitution and Legal Committee and the Judiciary Committee to come and assist in this matter. So we'll bring the expertise of those committees that are directly responsible for the judiciary and legal justice to be part of the appointments committee. So we think that the experience and competence will be brought to bear on this one.
And each of them would also have the same 20 minutes, just for clarity?
Yes, okay. Yes.
However, Echuma Kwaoma MP Dr. Apia Kubi says the vetting should not last more than 2 hours. Here are some MPs on the subject.
I am expecting a 2-hour vetting, which will let us get to know certain salient things that we need to know, but not just unnecessary things whereby people will just stand in front of the cameras and ask questions just because they want to be before the cameras.
You have been told every MP would have up to 20 minutes, members of the appointment committee, to ask a question. So
it's unnecessary. Unnecessary. For what? Let me ask you, what sort of information do we expect from nominated CJ that Ghanaians already do not have? What other information that we expect to know, we expect to have, that Ghanaians already do not have? We have almost everything, and any other thing that probably might come up might be some information probably for intellectuals. You
don't need it at the vetting session?
No, we don't need it.
He's a woman of substance. He knows the job that he's come to do. And I believe that she will rise up to the occasion. I mean, he's not a novice. And I believe that people are also researched and they want to ask all the necessary questions that they have to ask. And she is also going to provide the answers. At the end of the day, I want that hurdle to be cleared so that whatever work which I've piled for her to come and assist the whole country in clearing those backlog. She is given the chance to do it quickly for the benefit of the country.
And let's cross over live to the Joy FM studios where Black Stars captain Asamoah Gyan has been presented with a cake for his 50th goal. Let's listen in.
There you go. Joy 99.7 FM. It's all fun in the studios. And we're live on Joy News channel as well. Yeah. Baby Jets. We're celebrating 50 goals. And what a legend he is already. Why not? We celebrate our own in a wonderful style. This is your super station.
Joy 99.7 FM.
I love this station.
I tell you, say I they conquer. You they see them, I watch them, they wonder. Now maybe they under the fire. African get them against swagger. Oh baby, baby, you way I go to follow away. Cause you turn me on, you bring me joy, you make me go away. African get the beat, them be sweet, sexy like cheese. With your back on, oh no. With your back on, oh no. Dance with your back on, oh no. With your back on.
Lowell, welcome.
Oh, thank you.
How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing great, okay.
Oh, yeah. So today we're celebrating Asamoah Gyan 50 goals. Yeah. What do you have to say to him?
I don't like the big star. Okay. It's not easy to get 1 year to join our audience. And yes, when you come here, in Sebastian, now, Fana,
and your birthday. I will be the birthday.
Yeah, cake every day.
Oh, where did you 50 years?
The cake, dear.
Birthday.
What about cake and enough? As I want. Anyway, you know. This is on 30. Hello, Obenyache. 50 years.
I said, hey, go, sir. What's it?
I don't think fantasy.
You can't think madness.
Oh, to be a goal, 50 goals, it's not easy. It's not easy. I'm not players, more than 300 players. Foreign players and Africa players. 50 years, 50 goals, it's not easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 50. Come on, my friend. Who played? Come for help.
Drive time on Joy. Oh my goodness, unbelievable scenes in the studio. Thank you very much, Lil Wayne. Of course, Lil Wayne joins in as well. Let's settle down. Let's wrap it up nicely. Oh man, you can check out the visuals on Joy News on our Facebook page as well. We're live on my Facebook page. You can check it out. Our special edition of Personality Profile with Asamoah Gyan, Baby Jet, and the celebration goes on. right, so the surprises keep coming, okay? And Baby Jet, today we're spoiling you. We won't spoil there. So there's one more presentation that we need to do for you, and of course you didn't see this coming. So can we get our team in here as well to do the presentation?
Mama boss papa, papa boss mama, mama boss papa, papa boss mama.
Lewin,
Big bro.
So did you ever play soccer?
Pardon? yo, you know my favorite. My talent is the third talent.
Okay.
Football. And Jimmy and music, yeah. But me and my sword them go to Jimmy now. Me get in a baby and I feel I'm take you.
I feel I move it. Born no baby.
I am in position 3, 11, 7, 6. Me that 11 within 15 minutes, man, she go and change him cost 7. So within 20 minutes, and yes, I'm from courses. I'm in Japan. Yeah, that's my position.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so can we have this special? Oh wow, this is beautiful. Wow, special presentation. You need to see the visuals. You can go on my Facebook page and see it live.
Lexus,
yeah,
relax. You know, today I'm the unofficial host of the show. Well, this young gentleman is one of the many talents that the government has been talking about, you know, in the arts, the creative arts industry. Now, his name is Ado Godwin, and he's into these customized plaques. He just thought it wise, after that big achievement, to do something to celebrate Baby Jet Asamoah Gyan on the achievement, the very great achievement of 50 goals. So he's here. I'll let him explain quickly what the concept is and what went into putting this together so that he presents it himself to the Baby Jet himself.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I think usually what we do is that we create this is a sculptural work. The work, what goes into it is more of designing, creative interaction, and then also what we do is that we look at the personality that we are presenting the work to. So it's actually a foundation, and due to our artistic mindset, we decided that why don't we do something for Baby Jet, which is artistic. It's just a realistic work, although it's a minimalist type, but it's to honor him and also to celebrate.
And you know the way the left hand is bent, you can see that this one is the real
Baby Jet. Yes, as always, looks
so
beautiful.
We just want to.
I love this
station. Want to say thank you to him for also making Ghana proud and also pushing us forward.
Okay.
And
so
I also want to add something small. As part of our foundation, and as we present this work to you, you become part of our foundation. And we are planning of presenting a lot to some living heroes that because what we've seen is Ghana, we just recognize our heroes when they die.
Yes.
So we have to do something for them whilst they are alive. So if we look at our our foundation, we honor heroes whilst they are alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have to.
That's totally laudable. Let's do it. Yeah, totally laudable. So you can all do the presentation to Asamoah Gyan.
Yeah. Take your shot.
So yeah, thank you very, very, very much.
Joy 99.7 FM.
Put your hands together, people. This is lovely.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. So we can settle down now, and we can wrap it up nicely.
Joy 99.7 FM.
You're welcome back. It has become an annual ritual. Homes washed away, properties running into hundreds of cedis lost, and in some cases, people dying. That's the predicament faced by hundreds of Ghanaians living along the coastal belt across the country. But in the Shamar district of the Western region, residents of Anloga Beach are taking matters into their own hands. They have purchased parcels of land far above the sea to avoid loss of their properties and lives when the tidal waves hit next year. JoyNews' Matilda Wemega has the rest of the story.
Anglo Beach is a fishing community here in the Shamar district. twice in a year, residents here wait anxiously to see the direction of the sea waves. Buildings submerged and collapsed in response to the strong tides. Both the young and old look on as the sea causes massive destruction to their homes. Several of these homes here can be traced into the sea. The idea of moving out of this place has not been something these fisher folks will readily opt for. But following Sunday's strong waves which displaced about 380 people, they are ready and willing to move.
So when it's cold us, you have to go beyond the riverside. Sometimes the river will come and take us. And we are moving gradually and shifting to the upper places, the hinterland. Still, the sea is also coming. So we decided that this year, if the government will come and assist us, we want to go to the final destination or the final place.
Where is the final place?
Like the hinterland. We have the land, everything is ready.
You have acquired the land already?
We have acquired the land, everything is ready.
Which people acquired the land?
This town, the chief and the elders, our community, we have the land.
Where exactly is this land?
The land is at a hinterland where what do you call it? The mountain, the hillside, which we can settle there forever. So that is our plan. We are pleading for the government to come and help us to rescue us from us so that we live peaceful over there.
So now you are ready and willing to move out of this town?
We are ready. We are prepared. If the government come now that we want to move you, we are ready to follow. We are ready to follow. If the government can run now, we are ready to follow. We are ready to move. This year, the sea is disturbing us. It's destroying our properties. So we are ready to move.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Opinion leaders in the area capitalized on the visits by the National Disaster Management Organization to appeal for affordable housing.
We can come during the day to do the fishing, and then during the night we go back.
Because we are told that you people don't want to leave because of your job, the fishing. So now you are saying that, is it you as a person or the whole community you believe if what will move you, you will go and come and do your fishing and go back?
What happened last Sunday is an eye-opener to the whole community.
But it has been happening all the time?
It has been. I am born and bred here. It has been happening.
Yeah.
But what we saw last Sunday was just too much to describe.
10 plans we are looking at, because NADMO cannot be always buying things for you and other things. So if you are prepared to leave, because the problem has always been that most of you don't want to leave because of your farming and others. But what you are saying is a good news if government is.
The displaced residents received some relief items from the National Disaster Management Organization. Matilda Pomaga for Joy News, Anglo Beach, Western Region.
And from the Western region, let's go to the Central region, because pupils of Asamankesia DA Primary School in that region can now heave a sigh of relief as the First Lady and other government officials have donated computers and accessories to them. The pupils were using stones as computer mouse in learning ICT. But the video that went viral and subsequently highlighted by JoyNews' Central Regional Correspondent Richard Kojunyako has brought them some results. At a ceremony attended by the chiefs and people of the area, attendees commended Multimedia Group for continuous exposure of the inadequacies in the educational system. Richard Kojunyako reports.
Then right click, left click, double click. It used to be the use of a stone in place of a mouse to learn ICT. Now the situation has changed. The First Lady of the Republic, Rebecca Akufo-Addo, the Ghana Investment Fund for Electronic Communication under the Ministry of Communication, the MP for the area, have come together to donate some computers and the accessories and other learning resources. The children are happy. They are beaming with smiles. Their happiness cannot be described with words. You feel now that you have a real mouse, and I can see you manipulating the mouse here. How do you feel?
Bring some here. We thank him very much.
Okay. So right click for me. Right click. Left click. Double click. Drag it. Okay. All right. So you've seen the people using the real objects in place of the stone, and he's transferred that knowledge acquired there to implementing the real thing. What's your name?
Evelyn Hammond.
Are you happy?
Yes, sir.
Tell me how happy you are.
This is the real man. That one is not the real man. So we thank the government that they have bring out the real man.
Tell us. We can see that you are happy.
Yes, sir. And with that, the government bring new computers to learn for ICT. Thank you. I tell government that God bless him.
Now, as you can see, the Deputy Minister of Communication is assisting some of the people's how to handle the mouse, how to move an icon on the desktop of the computer from one place to the other. Now, as you can see, he is teaching the child how to draw something using paint or CorelDRAW on the computer, and it's interesting. Now, the children that we found in the other classroom that were using stones are now happy. They are seated here with their earpiece. Some of them have their earpiece on, and they have the real thing now. The Deputy Minister of Communication, Vincent Sowodute, is assuring the teacher and other teachers that they wouldn't be intimidated.
This Ghana was showing how to use the mouse and to access program. Hasn't used a computer before, but you could tell when I moved in here, you could tap on his own. I think he was trying to fidget with the thing. Then he learned how to just open the PC. We are very grateful that you, the media, have brought this thing to the fore. But as we keep repeating, digital literacy, universal access are already established plans of government. Because we believe that, and we even want to take it a step further.
What about those kids that are in other rural communities that are also suffering a similar fate? What is the ministry going to do to help show up?
Now, contractors working on the Kejetia redevelopment project in Kumasi say they are unlikely to meet the 30-month completion schedule given them due to land litigation and other challenges. A dispute over a parcel of land within the projected area, or the project area, has already delayed the project for almost 6 months as construction of utility installations stalls. Ohim Interior reports.
The Brazilian construction firm Contractor commenced work in July 2015 and had been expected to complete in January 2018. Phase 1 of the $298 million project for construction of over 10,000 stores is about 70% complete. Nonetheless, officials are skeptical about completion date as work is hampered by court order restraining the company from working within 60 meters of a private facility. It follows a suit by a private businessman against the contractor. Project consultant Antonia Boasari is unsure about completion date with the dispute unresolved.
The major problem now is the issue of right of ways. You see, the KMA should give the whole of the land to the contractor. Announcement. So as we are talking now, there's a portion of the land which we call a technical area, which is still being disputed, and that is where they are going to do the utility installation, the water pump, the transformers, the gas stations and things like that. These are key installations that are going to support the operation of the market.
Meanwhile, Ashanti Regional Minister Simon Osei-Mensah has promised to intervene. He gave the assurance during an inspection tour of the project site.
The first issue is a dispute over a land which is meant for the technical area. Because the case is in court and already the court has ruled that the contractor, that is the contractor working on this project, cannot operate within 60 meters away from the building in question. They can also not work even at the technical area. Apart from that, there was a ring road that must be developed around the facility. and the 60 meters even gets to that road. So it means they cannot even work on that road, which is affected by the 60-meter ban imposed by the court.
And I'm Araba Kumson. Thank you for joining us throughout to our bulletin. Join us same time tomorrow. Good night.
This is JoyNews Prime.